What's up, guys? So, this past weekend or week, I picked up this 2013 Expedition. It's got a 5.4, I believe a 6R80, which is kind of cool because that's what's in the F-150. I've also considered Coyote swapping this, but I don't know yet. So, I kind of want to figure out what's wrong with the 5.4 first. More or less, it was a one owner, and it quit on them on the interstate. I was kind of hoping it was in the timing, but I did see a little bit of coolant in the oil when I drained it, so it may be a little bit worse than that. But anyway, it's a four-wheel drive, one owner. It does have like 230,000 miles, but I only paid $1,200 for it. So, with key on and the battery and stuff, pretty much everything works. And it's not the captain seats, but it's third row. But overall, it's in super good shape. Tires are new, so either way, I think I'll have it up and running for under $2. But yeah, so I'll kind of update. I know it's not the 70, but if that were to sell, then I'm 100% Coyote swapping this. I think that'd be pretty cool, and probably keep it for a daily. Okay, so I've got a couple of the cab bolts out. This thing did live up north for a little bit. There's virtually no rust, but you're not able to get to the top of the cab bolts to heat them or anything. So I got a couple that are kind of spinning in the chassis. Well, the bad news is this isn't like a Super Duty where you can just come up top and get to them. It's it's solid floor. So what I'm doing now is pretty much pulling the interior. I'm gonna pull the carpet where I can pretty much cut a hole here to get to the nut on top, so I can finish getting the cab bolts out. And I believe what I'm gonna do is when I go back with them is actually weld them back in. So, this won't be an issue in the future, but just working on ripping it apart right now. So I have pretty much all the interior pulled out, which is fine because it really needed cleaned. Since I went ahead and got the carpet out, I believe I'm gonna clean it and then just dye it black, cover up most of those stains. In the front, I kind of had to just cut this back with a body saw and then plasma out to get to that one. And then I kind of put the tabs back in place there and MIG welded it. In the rear, it was a little bit nicer. I just used a 2-inch hole saw and basically hole sawed my way in there and did the same thing. And once I got those kind of secured down, they came out just fine. I was thinking about possibly putting a grommet in here, but I am going to weld the front back in. And now I just got to do the other side. And after that, there is one more bolt in the front that didn't come out, and it's this one in here, right there. So, which it looks like I may have to pull the radiator out, but I should be able to get into it from here to put a tack weld on it, and then it shouldn't be an issue either. So I got the 5.4 out of the Expedition and just real quick pulled the oil pan off. I was able to get the engine broke free, so I was hoping it was timing, and there's a good chance it was timing, and they're interference engines, so obviously the valve busted that piston. Looks like, oh no, oh, right here. I don't know if you could see it, but yeah, one of them let go. So, I'm still going to pull the heads and everything off and see if anything's usable. But if I can't use this engine, then I'm more than likely going to rebuild that Coyote over there and use that. So, yesterday I got the 5.4 out of the Expedition, and I was going to wait till today to kind of tear it down, but I pulled the oil pan and a bunch of piston rings and piston, skirting in the oil pan. So I just had to know more. So once I pulled the valve covers, I noticed that the passenger side rear cylinder dropped at least one, but after getting the head off, 2 valves, and it did kind of beat the head around. Even if I were to, I think the sealing surface would be fine, but it'd have to have new valve seats put in either way. So in my opinion, it'd just be easier to buy a good used head. It also needs a cam. But the reason I don't think I'm going to go that route is because it did score up this cylinder wall pretty badly. And you know, you may be able to bore that out. I don't know how deep it is, but then, I mean, I'm looking at having to buy at least one piston. You know, I typically do Coyotes, and you don't bore those. So I don't even know if the machine shop that I use could bore. I'm sure they could, but at this point, in my opinion, you know, the best option would be to source another block and head with a cam. But that would be, you know, if I didn't have a Coyote sitting over here, that by the time I rebuild it, you know, I think I could be in cheaper rebuilding that Coyote, and using it, aside from, you know, I'll need the computer and I'll have to figure out something with the power steering or whatnot. I would think something like an electric pump. So there's going to be a little extra, you know, charge or, you know, money to do the Coyote. But I think in the end result would be a lot better long term versus running the 5.4 or trying to fix it. So now I'm kind of weighing my options. I ordered the wiring diagrams today for the Expedition, so we'll see how far off, because I know the connectors all kind of line up, and I have a Coyote harness, so yeah, I'll be waiting on the wiring diagrams and probably start tearing that apart. So I ended up scrapping the 5.4 today and only kind of kept some of the things I needed. These are the Expedition mounts off the 5.4, and they do bolt straight to the Coyote. So that's checked. This is the 5.4 manifold. And if you notice, it's, you know, kind of like round here and then flat on the bottom. And then this is a Coyote F-150 manifold that I've just had laying in the floor over there forever. I'm probably going to soak these in vinegar because it will literally strip everything, or my parts washer. But vinegar will strip everything from cast, and then go back and paint them. But these are F-150 5.0 manifolds. And they're, like, as far as it should adapt the Coyote straight over to the Expedition exhaust. I talked to Mars Auto Parts today. They've sent me a couple security deleted computers, but I did confirm that this is the 6R80, and he said they put Mustang engines in F-150s all the time that do just fine with the 6R80. The transfer case is a different system, so I ordered wiring diagrams today for the Expedition, and the plan now is to more or less get the security deleted computer. I don't know what I'm gonna have to do for the power harness yet. May can use the Expedition one, may have to get like an F-150 one, something like that. But all three connectors will plug into the Mustang computer. It's just gonna be a matter of if I need to repin anything for the trans, or if I need to, I'm definitely probably going to have to repin some body stuff. But there's not really much out there on this, but if like the Coyote computer will talk to like a 05 to 09 body control module, I don't see why it won't talk to this one. So at least the gauges and all that should work. The only thing, because I did find one forum where someone claimed to do this, and the only thing that didn't work was the ABS, but I don't know. So I mean, if everything worked and I just lost the ABS, I could live with that, because I should be able to cut the light off on the dash with 4Scan. So the goal is to at least have everything work aside from ABS. If I can make it work, I mean, cool, I will. But if not, hopefully I can just turn the light off, have no lights on the dash, and have a relatively stock swap, while, you know, maintaining the Expedition trans and everything. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Got the Coyote tore down as much as I can. It's Christmas is right around the corner, so I don't know how long it's going to take me to get some parts. So that might kind of be the holdup. Here's the block. It did have a spun bearing, which I already knew that because I had at least verified that before. So it will need a crank. I have all the pistons here, the mains, cams. I like to soak my hydraulic lifters and rollers in gas, and then I'll come back and soak them in oil the rest of the time after, you know, they're cleaned up. And then over here I went ahead and tore the heads apart. Since I am planning on keeping this for a daily driver, I went ahead and pulled all the valves, valve springs, and the valve seals. I mean, the valve seals looked fine, so they probably were, but while I had it tore down, I figured I'd go ahead and go through everything. So about the only thing I plan to send to the machine shop are the heads. I'll have them deck them, and of course I'll put them all back together. I'll put the block in the, you know, 35-gallon drum parts washer I built. and then hone it myself. So yeah, that'll probably be it for this video. And kind of like the next update will be putting the engine back together. So thanks for watching, and see you next time.